My name is Helium Lemon 15. Welcome to my channel where I show off all kinds of cool video games, weird and wonderful video games. Today is March 31st. It's a Sunday morning and I'm going to church with my family in about an hour or so, but since I am free this morning, I thought I would record this. Also, this footage is from about 4 days ago. I was testing this and I was like, oh, why does my voice sound so like crappy or croaky or whatever it is? And like my voice is incredibly low and croaky, and I guess it's just the morning. It's just my voice hasn't fully warmed up yet, and it's still low and croaky, and I can hit those low notes. No, but anyway. So, I believe this part of the game, yeah, we're in the old mines or whatever. And I was talking about how, like, pretty these mines are. You get, like, mine area and, well, yeah, mine areas in video games can be very pretty because, like, I think the mines in Donkey Kong Country are very pretty, and they are, like an integral part of the atmosphere of that game. But these mines are just filled with all kinds of crystals and like little mushrooms, and then you see these details in the background, like the mine carts and the caves and the, I don't know, more mushrooms. These weird like railing thing. And there, yeah, there's the mine cart. I always thought that was a nice detail, the mine cart. I always thought that was it, like all the mushrooms like randomly growing on walls in this game was just such a nice detail. It's a good part of the atmosphere. And yeah, just to talk about this game, it just feels very refined when you're playing this. It feels like the controls all work together just right. And I mean, even with the, you know, Wii's motion controls not being completely perfect all the time, it's just it's good. It feels good. It feels like you're bopping your character and whacking your character all around, like with the power of the wind, and it just feels like you can fly. You know, it's cool, and it's like I was talking about this, like the atmosphere just has this nice, like real purity to it with the Japanese instruments and all the nature, and you know, it's really just it's fun for me to talk about these games that like not many people know or have heard about. Like even Majora's Mask is a somewhat dated game by now, but like a lot of people have played Majora's Mask compared to a game like this game. And I'm just excited to talk about games that are really meaningful to me but not a lot of people know about because they're a little bit more obscure or whatever. And I'm just in love with video games because, you know, they really are like an art form, like becoming more and more of an art form. Like game designers put more and more production or like resources into making like these beautiful productions. You know, and I keep watching these videos, but they talk about like, you know, Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey as being like the two like greatest productions essentially of like the last year or so, and they keep getting nominated for all these awards, and those games are really good examples of like how video games have been pushed, you know, to I don't know, to a limit, but certainly to like an echelon, to use the term from calculus. They've been pushed to an echelon where, I mean, hopefully they can sit for a while, but they're just going to keep growing from there. Yep, and I've been watching, even though I don't have Mario Odyssey, I've been watching some videos of it, just because it's cool, just because I like watching games that are very beautiful and fun. So yeah, well, I always say that. I don't know what to talk about today. tomorrow, the first day of April, is upon us, and let's hope the weather is going to stay nice for a while, because like this March we've had some nice warm days and then just a lot of icky cold days, and then some nice warm days and then just a lot of icky cold days. And I mean, the weather's kind of got a mind of its own, especially where I live, and like it's only proof of the climate change, which our leaders are so deliberately ignoring. I mean, come on. I mean, I had a kid in my class who was convinced that global warming didn't exist. Anyway, I think I talked about global warming and climate change. I mean, global warming's not even an accurate term. I mean, it's accurate. It's accurate, but it only describes part of the overall phenomenon. And anyway, I think I got like overly preachy in one of my other LostWinds videos, so I kind of want to avoid doing that in this video. But like, this is, yeah, LostWinds is cool because it's one of the rare instances where talking about where like it's a video game and it'll actually motivate you to, or it'll make you think about wanting to talk about the environment, because it's such a good like environmental game. Like, it's like, yes, the world around us is beautiful, we should protect it, we need it. We won't have a world around us if we, you know, what's the point? So I don't know what that was supposed to mean. So one game that I've been playing recently is this game called Four-Sided Fantasy. I saw the trailer on Steam and was just really intrigued by it because, you know, I just hunt for all these random, like, indie games on Steam. And Four-Sided Fantasy is this game where it's basically like a puzzle platformer, and the gimmick of the game is that it's like a regular, like, side-scrolling platformer, but then every once in a while you freeze the screen and it acts like a wraparound. Like, oh, that was a terrible explanation. It, like, you freeze the screen and you're able to, like, warp to different sides of the screen by like, passing through the edges. And then, like, you change between the boy and the girl character by going through the screen, like, the other sides of the screen. You change gravity, there's one level where you go between the background and the foreground. This is a terrifying monster. But it's kind of a game, what's cool about it is that all the settings are like these beautiful environments, and it's all about nature. But it's a game all about, like, TVs and, like, computer screens, and, like, making you aware that your game is happening within a computer. And it uses all these, like old video camera, like, esque things, like, things that make you think that the game is, like, a handheld camera, or, like, a TV screen, or, like, it'll have, instead of death pits, it has this TV static, which, like, kills you when it hits you. And, like, the game, like, spazzes out when you hit that TV static. Like, it's really frightening. Like, otherwise it's a really, like, serene game, but then you hit that TV static and it's like, that's just, like, really, like, well, it's almost like a record scratch sound, but it's, like, really cataclysmic. That's a good word for it. Yay, village. Going back home to the village of the sun, out in back of Palmdale, where the turkey farmers are run. I done made up my mind, going back. Anyway, I'm not gonna sing that whole song because I don't know all the words. So now, oh my gosh, this is a perfect game for spring. I'm so excited for spring. I'm so excited to see some more blossoms on the trees. Which, it's still pretty bleak looking in the city where I live. Enril, is it just me, or do you look positively brimming with power? Whatever it is you have done, all is becoming clear to me once more. I now remember where the two chests are. The first chest is hidden at the highest point of Wither Falls. The second hidden within the east side of the ruined village. East side? No east side. The entrance to the abandoned village is at the base of the hilltop village. Before you go, I have a gift for Toku. I believe it will make the journey ahead just fly by. It's a pun. See? There you go. Use Slipstream to control how Toku glides through the air. Oh boy. So, now the goal of the game... So we're pretty much like either halfway or 2/3 through the game. And our goal is to find the 2 remaining memory chests. And I don't know the map of this game that well, but I'm going to find them eventually. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of LostWinds, and tune in next time for more stuff.